This is one of many videos about making wavy edge block letters. So I'm starting out with a yellow marker and I'm just writing the letter R really large. And then I'm going to trace around that with a black Sharpie flip chart marker. And letters like this are kind of fun where there's a kind of a hole in the middle. So you don't want to forget that part. Your letter will look it'll be harder to read if you don't include that part. So now I'm coloring in. I just drew a wavy line on the left edge of the R and I'm coloring that in so it's a nice solid black. As I've mentioned in pretty much every video, if you want your letters to be read from a distance and you want to be sure those your edges are nice and strong and solid so it's easier to be seen from a distance. Now I'm doing something a little different on this letter where I created a wavy line inside that kind of that hole in the middle of the R, and I colored that in solid. And now I drew another wavy line on the top edge of kind of that arm of the R, and I'm coloring that in solid black. Wavy edges block letters in general are really fun to play with. There's a lot of room for creativity. So sometimes you can embellish them inside the letter, and sometimes you can embellish them outside of the letter. And you can mix and match with any letter. It just depends on the context that you'll be using them in and what works best for that situation, the space you have, and the time that you have to create them too. Some lettering styles take a little bit longer than others. So you want to be sure you start out creating a letter style that you have time to complete. So this is it's a much quicker way than embellishing all of the edges, but it's still a nice way to add a little bit of personality, a little bit of movement, a little bit of playfulness and flexibility to your letters. So if you're pressed for time and you just want to add a little bit, you want your letter to be a little bit bigger and bolder, this is one way that you can accomplish that without spending too much time. So these videos are real time. I didn't speed them up or edit them, cut anything out in any way. So you can see this one only took a couple minutes, and I would be drawing faster if I wasn't, recording it. So hopefully that gives you some ideas and some information and inspiration to create your own wavy edge block letters.